Alrighty, guys, it's time to wrap it up for today. It's 3:30, and now we're seeing weakness at the end. Don't say so. Don't say that is so. So, looks like we're getting some afternoon weakness late in the session, last half hour. Definitely knocking down knocking out the lower end of the range. So that's not a great sign. We're back range bound again in this lower range. We're definitely below that 69.90 now, and I would just say we're starting off range bound. If they close above that area, I would probably give it the 69.80 to 85 support, now resistance on the way up. If you can close up above that again, and probably start off range bound. Otherwise, probably start off on the short side and see how far they can take it in overnight. But it looks like it's weak. Pretty much weakness is what we're seeing right now. So I would say starting off range bound and look for early weakness in the overnight and see how far they're going to knock this down. Now for tomorrow morning, we do have news. We have the PPI number come out. So let me see PPI calendar. So we got actually we got more stuff. We got PPI, we got retail sales coming out tomorrow. We get existing home sales, business inventories, old report. Yeah, so we get a lot of stuff coming out. A bunch of Fed speakers as well. So we got some action going on the news side tomorrow. So that's what we got going there. The trades I've taken so far today, one trade on the ES, halfway through the day there. This trade was over here. Where was it? Here, there was right there. But after that initial rundown here, when they start taking out the mean, I figured they had a shot at taking it up here to the initial balance high. At least it felt like a spot for a good long trade. To got in long, sat in that for a little bit, got out here when it started stalling here at the move higher. I was expecting a little bit more action on that move to the upside, but then when it started stalling, I just got out of it. So $26 on one contract on that guy. And then on the Nasdaq, I did the two round turns on that one. One was the shakeout. The last one was actually the winner. It was after they took out that mean on the way down. In fact, there was some action going on, especially when this run down here, this bar, did not materialize. And you can see how crazy that was. That was crazy stuff going on there in the middle. There's big rotations like that, big action, and then a big move to the upside. Slot line. Here was my first trade, a long trade. It was just got shaken out of. And then these moves down here, violent moves back and forth. And when this one did not retrace, and I was looking actually for this move here to start making a retracement to the upside, but it didn't. It started failing. And then after they stalled and bounced off the mean, I figured maybe a shot at taking this lower then. And that's what the little trade I got. So second trade got a good $89 out of that trade. And that's where I'm at now. So two trades, $89 up on the NASDAQ. And that's pretty much where I left it. I haven't taken any bond trades today. It's been no real good set. It was actually set up at 2 o'clock here, and that I did not pay attention to that one. Given the stuff going on the bonds today, I didn't pay attention to it. But I can show you that it's right here at the 29s. You can see they ran up here on the auction, and they grinded back and forth. They stalled here for a few bars, like 4 or 5 bars at the 2 o'clock. So here was your shot at getting short if you wanted to get short on that one. And so far, that hasn't been a big trade. It's in 3 or maybe 4 ticks. That's it. So not a big trade by any means, but that's the only setup really I had for today. But I haven't traded bonds today. It's been too sloppy back, and we see that action when the action moving is just been V tops, V bottoms. So not trying to trade that. But starting off range bound on the bonds, there's no directional moves on that one. So back to the ES, and you can see both ES and Nasdaq are to the downside. And I was waiting to see this little rundown here now. It's okay, so it didn't totally fall out of bed. It looks like they're retracing a bit. We'll see how they're going to go. But man, this looks it looks gnarly. So if Nasdaq can trade up above this ledge here at the, I would probably give it above this the 830s. You can close above that. You can start range bound, but unless they close above the 870s, I'm probably going to be looking for early weakness going into the overnight. And then the ES same story. If they can close above that 69.90, will be range bound. Otherwise, I'll start off with a slight bias to the downside and see if they want to try to take this lower. But we'll see how it ends up closing. Right now, it looks like the last little probe to the downside. That's definitely got us a little scare. And we'll see if they're going to try to knock this lower or if we're going to see a little retracement here going into the close. But man, it's been one interesting day. Very, very volatile, very choppy action. So and one trade 26 on the ES, up 89 on the Nasdaq. So that's about it for me. All right, guys. I'll see you back in the morning. We'll go at this again. All right, guys. Later.